feels better. I just put it on Jeff's channel as well right now, so hopefully that shows up pretty soon here. Um, but yeah, so let's go ahead and continue on this Raider schedule release. So like we were saying yesterday, I was with Leo, and I was on with Leo and Jay. Jeff was on for a little bit. Um, Rundown was on. Rundown's Pops. Papa Rundown was on. Eternal Raider. I know he just started. He was saying that he just started his channel, so um, make sure to go ahead and go over to Eternal Raider. He just started his channel, so. But yeah, let's get into some more of this. So I got us winning week 1 against the Pats. I really hope we get a dub there because 1, I'm going, and 2, it'll be my first time in Boston. So I think we do end up getting a win in Boston with the Patriots. And then Chargers coming back with the Chargers on Monday Night Football. So this is a big game considering, the whole, I think the whole storyline here is the Chargers and Raiders and Harbaugh and Carroll. And it's a great storyline for me. I think that their head-to-head matchups, Pete Carroll has won a majority of them. So I'm hoping that can continue here with, the Chargers Raiders going on there. So I'm not sure. I do think we split the series with the Chargers. If I'm being completely honest, I think we split the series with the Chargers. So I'm not sure which one it is that we do win. I'm hoping it's week number 2 because it'll start off our season right. And it's at home. And you never want to lose to the Chargers, at home in Vegas. So I'm gonna go ahead and say we actually do lose this one though, because I want us to get a win later on down the stretch in the season. I think it's more important for us, especially where we're that next Chargers game is. So I'm gonna go ahead and say we lose this one in week 2 to the Chargers, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into Washington. It's gonna be tough because we're gonna go from obviously to New England, back home to Las Vegas, and then on the road again across the country again to Washington. That's going to be a tough road trip, and I think we do lose to the Washington Commanders. I think right now that we're just kind of I guess we have to see what the Raiders product on the field looks like. But I do think that we do lose to the Commanders. I think they're just a better team, especially coming off of last season, and they added a little bit more pieces. I think that it's just a little bit. We're just going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball there. Let me go ahead and get this chat going here. Here we go. Hold on, my bad. I popped out the wrong chat for it so that it can show up, but let me see if this works now. There we go. Now it works. But yeah, let's hit up the chat right here. Bueno, yeah, appreciate you. Real homie for sharing the views with Jeff. I appreciate that. What up, Raider E73? Appreciate you coming up on here. I know we're missing Jeff right now, but he's watching on his phone probably. But yeah. Okay, now I got that situated. Let's go back here. All right. So right now, going into the Bears week, we're going to be 1-2. That's what I do think that is going to happen. And then the Bears, I think we do end up getting a win here. I think it's going to be super interesting, kind of a benchmark on where we are at as a team. Considering we, 1, have a win under our belts, what I'm predicting, have a win under our belts. And 2, went through 2 tough games. I think both of these games are going to be super tough for the Raiders. And they're going to be grinds for sure, especially an early division game against the Chargers. I think that we are going to end up winning against the Bears. But I think it's going to be not an easy win because, I think the Bears really progressed. and I think they added a lot of pieces um, that I think we can kind of respect. That's going to be a really good game to me. Um, so I'm hoping that we get a win against the Bears. The Colts, I think we should beat the Colts. The Colts are not a good football team right now. They still have a lot of rebuilding to do. I think that we should definitely get a win against the Colts. Um, they to me they're not scaring me, and we should win these next two games here, October 5th and October 12th. We should get those two wins here. So right now going let's start. Let's end off this first half of the season with the Chiefs. So I do think we have the opportunity to beat the Chiefs and not get swept by them again this year. Um, they are probably going to be one of the worst iterations of this Chiefs team that we've seen so far. So I'm hoping. You know what? I'm going to say we beat the Chiefs. We split it with the Chiefs as well. Again, I'm not sure exactly which game, home or away, we do win. Kind of the same with the Chargers. Um, I think, man, I'm gonna go with. I feel like the Raiders play better in Kansas City. Um, so I'm gonna go with that they do win this game in Kansas City, going into a bye. So this first half of the season going into a bye, I'm gonna say we win against the Pats, we'd lose to the Chargers and the Commanders, get a win against the Bears and the Colts, Titans, and Chiefs. So that's going into the bye week looking very, very good. Now, we were kind of talking about it um, yesterday. Like, the Raiders have a really bad history of coming off of a bye and just coming out flat. So I think that this is going to be a really tough game. The Jaguars shouldn't be as bad as they were last year. I completely believe that. So, and I know yesterday when we were talking about it on the schedule release, um, our schedule release video, our live, um, that someone commented, I think it was Severe. Severe commented that Pete Carroll has a history of losing games off of the bye as well. So I think that compounded with the Raiders' terrible history of coming off byes, that although we should win against this Jags team, it's going to be a tough, hard fought battle because I just don't believe in the Raiders after the bye. If I'm going to be completely honest, so I'm going to go ahead and have us losing against the Jags actually. Um, and then the Broncos are going to be tough. The Broncos are going to be tough. Oh man. Thursday night against the Broncos. For some reason, it always seems like we have the Broncos at like one of our worst spots, and usually in the past, like recent history, it's been a good thing that we have the Broncos right after like a bad performance because we've won. But now that the Broncos have a really good defense, it's gonna be pretty difficult. Um, the Broncos, honestly, to me, are probably the scariest team in this division. I know the Chiefs obviously have they've been a really good team forever, but the Broncos, just because we don't know exactly how that team's going to operate, and they progressed and added so much to that already really stout defense. To me, they're kind of being the underdogs for winning this division, if I'm going to be honest. Um, so I'm actually going to have us losing against the Broncos on Thursday night. But we have a long pseudo kind of bye here between the Thursday night game and then the Monday night game going back to Allegiant against the Cowboys. And I think we beat the Cowboys. I want to go do this game like really, really badly. I'm planning on going to this game. but I do think we beat the Cowboys. I think the Raiders have a good history against the Cowboys. We don't really know what the Cowboys are going to be. I don't believe in their coach. I think their head coach was a bad hire, um, but I think we do end up beating the Cowboys. Um, and then the Browns, we should win. We should win against the Browns. I have no faith in whoever they put in their quarterback position, no matter who it is, whether it's Gabriel, Shador, Flacco, Kenny Pickett, I think is there. They have a ton of quarterbacks that they really just don't know who to put there right now. Whoever it is at quarterback, I have no issue, really. I think the Raiders right now are a better team than the Browns, and they should win that game. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they win that game as well. The Chargers. So I had us losing at home on Monday Night Football to the Chargers. And then, so that means, since I said we're going to split it, that this Chargers game at SoFi is we're going to win. We have not won one game at SoFi Stadium. And that is crazy considering the amount of fans that we have at SoFi. Whenever we go to SoFi to play in LA, it's basically another home game. And we've been said it. We see it on TV. It's a pseudo home game for the Raiders. Like, we should have a home presence there. We should have, basically some home advantage at SoFi Stadium. But, yeah, I believe we should win against this Chargers team at least once. And whether that be, at Allegiant or at SoFi, we're going to win one of the games. I think we're going to win one of the games. So just for, just for scheduling sake, I'm going to say we're going to win this one here on November 30th. Then the Broncos at home. I already talked about the Broncos. I think they're going to be a really stout, tough team. This, right after the Browns game, is kind of where our division our schedule gets pretty tough besides the Giants. This is where, if we're in the playoff hunt, this is where it's going to really come down to the nitty-gritty here. We got the Broncos, Eagles, Texans, the Giants, of course, and then the Chiefs. All of them, except for the Giants, were playoff teams last year, and of course the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So they're going to be good again this year as well. So again, like I said, this is going to be our proof if we are actually deserving of being in the playoffs, if we are deserving of, being a contender at least. I think this is where we're really going to have to show it. So I do believe we actually do end up losing against the Broncos. And then I'm going to go ahead and say that we end up losing against the Eagles in Philadelphia in December. It's going to be just extremely cold. I don't know if the Raiders can. They normally don't do well in cold weather. Well, more so Derek Carr didn't do well in cold weather, but I just think the Eagles are a really good team, and if they have the elements on their side as well, I just think it's going to be too much of an uphill battle for the Raiders to win that game. But I do have us winning against the Texans and against the Giants. So the Texans, I think they're obviously a good team. Obviously a good team. They have C.J. Stroud. They have Tank Dell will be back. They're a good team. And I think, again, the Raiders are going to be right there in the playoff hunt, fighting for their lives. And we have to be able to win against other playoff teams. And we have to be able to win against a team that we, quote-unquote, probably shouldn't win against. So I'm going to have us winning against that Houston team, and that's basically going to propel us to which eventually will be probably a do-or-die game against the Chiefs in Week 18 for the Raiders and their playoff positioning, or if they make the playoffs, basically. Because I think we'd be the Giants no matter what. They're still a rebuilding team. They obviously had a really good draft, but I still think they're going to be rebuilding. Um, the Chiefs, I think that's where it's going to be another scenario with the Raiders and Chargers a couple years ago in 21, where it's a win and you get in. Obviously, I don't know what the Chiefs are going to be at that position. Normally, they kind of rest their players week 18 because they already solidified the 1 seed, or they already solidified playoffs. So, if that's the case, then if a win and us get in, um, and they're resting their players, that's better for us because that's an easier competition for us to get into the playoffs. But I think it's going to be for both of us because, like I said, I think Denver is going to be probably the underhorse of winning the underdog, the dark horse, for them winning the AFC West this year. Um, so I think we're going to be battling KC for another spot in the playoffs. Um, so yeah, so that's what does that end up being? That's one. Six. So about 9 wins. I think I said 9 wins yesterday too. And I think that puts us right into the playoff picture. At the very least, it puts us in the playoff picture. Um, I know other people yesterday were a little more pessimistic on what the games that we're probably going to win and others that we're going to lose. But um, I think about 9 wins is probably our ceiling. I always try to be a little bit more positive when it comes to Raiders because uh, I'm just that kind of person. I just try to be positive. But I think 9 wins is probably our ceiling, and that puts us right into playoff positioning again. Like I said, so I'm hoping uh, about 9 wins here. Um, but let's go ahead and go through this chat. What do you guys think? What is the Raiders' ceiling, basically? Because I think it's about 9 to 10 wins. I think yesterday, uh, Papa Rundown was saying that he thinks it's probably going to be about around 10 wins, and I said my reasoning for 9 is if we want to be in the playoffs, we got to be able to win games that we're not supposed to win. Like I said with the Texans, and I think we do end up winning that game, and I think that uh, that should propel us into at least some kind of playoff positioning, talk about kind of thing there. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and let's check in on the chat here. James Firpo, appreciate you, brother, popping in here. Um, of course, Bueno. We got to end that Chiefs Allegiant loss streak. Yeah, bro. Oh, that's my bad. That's Dixon Cider. But yeah, we got to end that Chiefs Allegiant loss streak. Yeah, that's tough. But like I said, I think the Raiders just always play better for some reason in Kansas City, and Kansas City always just plays extremely well in Allegiant for whatever reason it may be. I know that there was talks of a curse of a Chiefs fan buried a jersey underneath the stadium. Whatever it is, I do not care. Um, I just need them to get a win. I need the Raiders to protect their home field and as much home field as we have right now because obviously last year was filled with a lot of other teams' colors. But we need to be able to protect our home field against our division opponents. That's it. Um, let's see. Um, yeah, the Ruggs accident happened during the bye week. Exactly. It's yeah, that's why our bye weeks always kind of give me a little scare for sure. What's up, Marcus Banks? Appreciate you popping in, brother. I know you're always here all the time. Um, yeah, we win week 2. So you think we beat both the Chargers both times, is what you're saying? I think the Chargers are a good team. I'm just gonna give them a little bit more respect. I fucking hate the Chargers. I hate all of our teams in our division, of course. But I'm gonna give them a little respect. They made the playoffs last year. Uh, I freaking hate them, but I think we do split them at least. At the very least, I don't think we get swept by them. I don't think we don't. Last year we got swept by all teams in our division. I think we win at least won against each team. Or no, I had us losing twice against the Broncos. We at least win one against the Raiders, and I mean against the Chargers and the Chiefs. That's what I think for sure. Don't worry, Nate's an Angels fan. He's a rough start. It's actually the opposite. The Angels start off good, and then the Angels start off good, and then they fall apart. Like in the beginning of this year, they were really good, and then they, fell off. They're falling off a cliff pretty recently, especially some young players. But let's not talk about that. I need a wrench Furpo up. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's wrench Furpo up. Yeah, the Angels. That's so different. Raider Shield family, Navman, appreciate you hopping in, brother. Marcus too, those are my main guys in every stream. No, for sure. Okay, I know everybody, I don't know if everybody's seen, but if you have seen the scheduled release video by the Raiders. Oops. Hold on. The scheduled release video by the Raiders, it is absolutely great. We watched it yesterday. But if you haven't seen it yet, we can go ahead and go through here again. Let me just get it set up. They have some absolutely great references. It is awesome. Highly recommend, obviously, but we're going to go ahead and give it another watch here.
Here at the Las Vegas Raiders, we like to treat every day like it's game day.
Some very big offense vibes, that's for sure.
So I heard Tom Brady's in the building today with John Spytek.
Yeah, they're right up there.
Hey Tom, great draft class, some great free agents. We got Pete Carroll. You ready for the season?
I know this one probably hurt Jeff because I know that he hates Tom Brady. He probably still hates Tom Brady even though everything, I'm going to say quote unquote, everything that Tom Brady has done so far for the team, yeah, that's going to hurt Jeff. But week 1 against the Patriots, I do plan on going to this game. I know I'm going to meet up with Jeff. That's going to be a great week 1. I wish it was a little bit later in the season, but it's going to be dope. Going to New England, first time in Boston. It's still going to be early enough in the season where the Red Sox are still playing. So I'm going to go ahead and go see a Red Sox game. That's going to be just a super dope trip. Obviously, hella content out of the wazoo. When that comes around, of course. But yeah, week 1, Patriots.
Let's go.
All right, everyone. So the next stop on our tour will be our 3 Super Bowl trophies. The first 2 while we were in Oakland, and our third while we were the Los Angeles Raiders.
Of the 3 teams that played in Los Angeles, how many have won a Super Bowl?
2 have. 1, not so much. Who wants to see the team?
Yeah. Fuck the Chargers. I do not care. Fuck the Chargers.
Room.
'1983 was a good year.
Yeah, I remember like it was yesterday. You see that, Jim?
The GOAT, Marcus Allen. The, of course, famous play against the Washington, then Redskins, now the
Holy
Commanders,
Toledo.
week 3.
Whoa.
Here at Raiders headquarters, we love to make everything authentically and with love. Come on, that needs more sauce!
Yes, sir! The Bear reference, of course, for Chicago.
Go. Yes, sir! Pat, what is up? That's burned!
Yes, I love the Bear. If you haven't seen the Bear,
You call
it's
yourself
great.
a chef? That looks like bear
Yes, sir! So I went to Chicago. I had Pequod's, which is like their best, or like their not their best, but it's like their most famous, like Chicago style deep dish pizza. It was not my favorite, and I love pizza. I love pizza, but that just felt like it was. Me and my girlfriend, I think, had like a small. We had a small pizza, just a small like. I was so filling, and like, it just did not taste like a pizza at all. I don't know. I didn't like it. I know some people like it. Obviously, people from Chicago like it, but I don't know. I didn't really like the Chicago style pizza. The Pat McAfee, of course.
Dang, AJ.
Reference. Ooh, our boys, Gorilla.
Welcome to the dark side.
Violator.
Going up.
Deep dish pizza is the shit. That's crazy statement. You had it from Chicago, Bueno? You had it from Chicago? It just is not. I like, what is it? Detroit style pizza? I don't know. The Chicago style was not great. Oh, this is the best.
Hey, where's the flags?
This one is the best one.
Grab one there. You can grab one over there, and get a penalty flag over here. You see, up here. There we go. There's one here, and how about here? There's one here. Good reaction. Good reaction.
The vibe. Oh, I love this one too. This is a great one.
Las Vegas Raiders, this is
Little
JP
Caesars.
Jackson Powers Johnson. Yeah, no, I can definitely help you out with that. Anything else? No?
Thank you, Marcus.
Just always remember,
You
go
know-
Raiders.
You know, ball dog. Duval, of course. Duval. That's what JPJ was trying to do there for the Jaguars.
Jackson, what was that?
Just working hard.
I've been with the Raiders for over 5 years now, and nothing surprises me.
Thank you, Dixon Cider. Thank you. The ponies.
Cute pony.
The ponies.
Looks
This is
good,
one of my
but
favorite ones here,
let's
too.
have a closer look.
Yeah, let's have a close look.
They gotta get out the card, of course. Measure it. Oh, that was such bullshit when this happened.
What you think? Very
That's so crazy.
good. Good. Yeah, looks good.
Hey, yo, come on, man. What's going on?
It was bring your dog to work day
Oh, I
today,
have that
bro.
hat. I just realized.
Come on, man.
The Browns, the dog pound.
Can I get some help?
Here we go. Turn, what's up?
Such funny. Is that Rick Moster? Like,
Yeah.
Moster, Gino. I don't know who this is though. My first thought it was Dylan Parham, but I don't know. Does anybody know who this is? Obviously, it's the back of him, but obviously this is Gino and this is Mostert.
That's what I'm talking about. Here we go.
Come on, you got it. Good shot.
Oh, you big dog.
Got you, bro. This.
Come on, Max.
It's excellent.
Guys, white, not blue.
Yeah, I heard it might have been JJ Pegues as well. The Blue Man Group, of course, against the Giants. that's when Jackson Dart probably will be playing. That's my assumption. So I'm probably interested in going to that game as well. Yeah, I couldn't really tell.
Hey, Coach, you're chewing gum for the years here. Where do you want me to put it?
Hey, where's Flag?
All right.
That's good stuff.
I'm smacking this apple.
Dad, take a deep breath, all right, man?
I'm sorry whose ever apple this is. I swear to God, I'll get you a new one. Oh.
I have to get into this facility. It's not open to the public, of course, but I really, really would love to take a tour of the Henderson, the Intermountain Healthcare Facility, whatever it's called. I would love to get in there somehow. Raiders, make it happen. Raiders, make it happen.
Wow.
Damn it, I forgot to make the door. Put it back one more time.
Let's start all over.
Marcus, get out.
First, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle.
I told you I need some tequila before I do this.
Sorry. I didn't know which clue it was.
Bro, I know. Samoan Raider.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
Let's make this fast one.
Hopefully, I don't know if he's going to be there this week.
Wave goodbye.
All right.
Just compete, baby.
There's a schedule, of course, as we all seen it earlier. He said, bro, it's amazing. Hold on. It said, bro, it's amazing. It's a life changer, but now I want to see it with these dudes. Yeah, so you've been there to the Intermountain Healthcare Facility. That I've only been past it a couple of times on my trips to Vegas. You can see it obviously on the 15 when you're going in. It's on the right side in Henderson. You can see it like far in the distance, but yeah, it's super dope. Let's see. Of course, we've seen this deep dish pizza is the shit. I don't know about that. Not Chicago style deep dish pizza, at least. Yeah, Little Caesars. That's exactly why. Yeah, Little Caesars deep dish is fire. Yep. See, Marcus Banks knows destroyed style pizza. Shit's fire. The Little Caesars hate needs to stop. Not dead ass though, right? Hot and ready. It fed families, bro. Yeah, I heard it might have been JJ Pegues, like I said earlier, but I'm not sure, honestly. Thought it was Adam Butler. Maybe. I'm not sure. Like I said, I can't really tell. Maybe. Got hit up Samoan Raider. I seen that he was there in one of his videos recently for, I think it was like an API event. I could probably pass off as API, but I'm not API. It's different. These dudes, though. I feel that. I think it would be super dope to go see for sure. To be honest, it's really not a bad schedule at all. Raiders can do really well. I think so, too. I think that the Raiders have a chance to, like I said, I think we should be right there in the playoff mix. But what do you guys think? Tell me, like, what do you guys think that the ceiling is for the Raiders? I think the absolute worst that the Raiders can do. Let's see. Let's go back to the schedule. I think the floor of this team. I think the floor of this team is probably like 7 wins. The floor of this team is like 7 wins, which is obviously a step up from where we were last year. it is a step in the right direction. I just want to have higher expectations for this team. I don't know. I'm just tired of losing, so I want to have higher expectations. I want them to be held to a higher standard. So I think that 7 wins is probably the floor. Ardell's saying right here 8 wins. 8 wins is going to be the floor for that, and 11 as the ceiling. I like that. 11 as the ceiling is nice. Floor is 8 and 9. Ceiling is 10 and 7. Okay, so I think I had 9 wins. So that's not too far off. Yeah, 7 wins is where we should at the very least be. 7 wins. I seen on Instagram that, damn, who was it? I think it was ESPN or Pro Football Network or one of those. Damn, I really can't remember what it is now. But they were giving predictions for all 32 teams on which, like, what their schedule prediction is going to be. And they had the Raiders at 7 wins. And you know what? I think that's the absolute floor that the Raiders get. They had other teams, like, they had the Chargers at like 12 and fucking whatever. They had the Chargers at 12 wins. I do not think that happens. I don't really know the Chargers' schedule, obviously, like off the top of my head. But I think there's no way that they get to 12 wins. And they had them winning the division. Really don't think that happens either. 10 wins. I like 10 wins a lot, man. I'm not gonna be upset with 10 wins at all. Not gonna be upset at all. Bro, exactly. 10 dubs would be amazing. Cause that has to put us into the playoffs for sure. That definitely puts us into the playoffs. And I think that our wild card round, like if we can make the playoffs, that I would be happy with. I think that's a successful season if we can make the playoffs. We were talking about it yesterday, and they were saying like close, like 7 to like 9-ish wins if we don't make the playoffs is kind of a step in the right direction. And yeah, it is. It definitely is. But like we've been stuck in that kind of realm for so long. Obviously, we had a bad year last year. We only won 4, but we've been stuck in that, just on the brink of missing the playoffs, just on the outside looking in. We've been on that for way too long. And we didn't take that step up into the playoffs only 1 year, and it was obviously everything around the team was gone to shit that 2021 year. So we have to be able to improve upon the team. Obviously, we had a really bad year last year, but I think improvement now, if we're trying to win now with Pete Carroll, who we only have for 3 seasons. 3 seasons moves fucking quick. I do not care. 3 seasons moves so quick. We got to be able to do win now moves. So I think if we make the playoffs, that's kind of like that's a successful season to me. Making the playoffs is a super successful season to me. And yeah, right here, this is kind of where it starts for sure. You got to take care of business at home. We got to be able to establish our home field advantage, and that's what Pete Carroll has been preaching. On top of preaching, competition at all positions and getting all the competition to make sure that we have the best team on the best product on the field. He's been preaching you got to take care of business at home. And our home schedule, it looks really, really good too. Obviously, our toughest games are going to be against our division opponents, and I mean, they're obviously no slouch, but we got to be able to assert ourselves into this division. We've been pretty mediocre in the division the past couple of years, besides against the Broncos, of course. But yeah, we got to be able to, really plant our flag. Make sure we're here to be known, because the Raiders, of course, have been kind of a laughingstock recently. Kicker will matter. We will be in some close games this year. Kicker will matter. I agree. I think that Daniel Carlson had. He's usually on the spot. He's usually money. obviously against the Chiefs on Black Friday, he missed, what was it, 3 field goals. That is just so out of, that's just not his character. He should not ever miss 3 field goals. But for some reason that day he did. And you can't put yourself in the situation to at the end of the game where you're in field goal position, you're supposed to win the game. You just can't make that last fuck up where you call a play, you don't let the time run down, and you call a timeout. You still had a timeout. That's a whole another situation, of course. We should have won that game, of course, but it could have gone a whole other kind of different ways. But yeah. Did you see the gift given to the Bills by the NFL on the schedule? No. What was the gift that the NFL gave them? I don't think I seen that. McDummy then having Booker Minshew and injuries, of course, that hurt our team. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely, of course, hurt our team. What's up? Where's the flag? Appreciate you popping in, brother. The gift that the NFL gave to the Bills. No, I didn't see it. But I wanted to show you, because I know that everybody's always like, oh, the Chargers have the best schedule release fucking videos all the time, and they are the best. This one this year was so terrible. Like, and I like Minecraft. That's the thing. They had a Minecraft, what's it called? They had a Minecraft release video. But let's see, what did you say? Only 1 game outside their time zone all year. That is insane, bro. 1 game outside of their time zone all year. Wow. That's insane, dude. Insane. That's insane. Yeah, the Chargers video is extremely corny. Let's all cringe together. Should we hope to suck ass during preseason? I don't know why we would hope to suck ass during preseason. I kind of like the preseason games just to kind of see people that we don't normally see. Like this year, I'll be really looking at some undrafted free agent guys, mainly because obviously they went to USC. But I want to see, obviously, like Tommy Millott. I want to see how he plays. I want to see how, damn, I can't remember the quarterback's name from North Dakota State. Cam something. But I want to see how he plays at the quarterback position because I think he has a lot of it factor. And I want to see who else. I want to see our 2 offensive linemen we picked up in the draft. I want to see JJ Pegues play some offense. I think that's going to happen a lot during preseason. So I think for me, preseason is kind of seeing a lot of people, obviously, that we don't normally get to see during the season. So that's why I like preseason. Of course, it gets kind of fucking boring with some bad football, but I like it sometimes. Their fan base is 12. It's literally 12 years old. It's either, no, yeah, it's either they only have 4 or they're all 12 years old. So, yeah. Yep, and that is Texans. Wow. So they only, what is that, like 2 hours out of their time zone? It's not even that crazy, or it's like an hour and a half? That's insane. That's just crazy. One thing I'm happy with Chip is it doesn't matter what we show for offense because the dude can make a 500-page playbook overnight. That's a pretty good point. I really, really, really want to see a good offense out of the Raiders. I don't think I've seen a good offense out of the Raiders since the 21 season when they made the playoffs. That's the one year where Derek Carr was actually on fire. Derek Carr was on fire that year. I'm a big Derek Carr believer. That was one of the years where you can point to where it's like, all right, you balled out that year. But I have not seen an absolute, I don't think I've ever seen an absolute just #1 offense from the Raiders in my football lifetime, if I'm being honest. but that would be awesome to see. And Chip Kelly's definitely the guy to be able to do it. So hopefully that's pretty soon. When we do good in preseason, we have terrible regular season records. That's the only reason why I asked. That's true, but yeah, that's true. Because we did win we were undefeated in preseason games for like 3 years or something like that. And we were ass. Yeah, Buenos Point going 3-0 in preseason is typically a bad omen. Yeah, that makes sense. But then we get hyped on it. We get hyped on like, hey, you know what? Like the guys can, we got depth. We got more depth if we're beating players or we're beating teams in preseason. That just means we have good depth, and I mean, it'll make me kind of excited. Yeah, but the Houston Oilers were there. Those fans waited for a new team. This season is going to be different for the Raiders. They're going to be on go the whole season because of the draft. The season is going to be different for the Raiders. They're going to be on go the whole season. Yeah. I would really hope so. I think it's going to be the Ashton Genty show. Somebody commented yesterday in our team on our show yesterday. If Ashton Genty gets his first touch and it's a touchdown, then what would we do? I'm buying a jersey in the stands because I'll be there for the game. I'm buying a Ashton Genty jersey in the stands if he takes his first touch to the house. Yeah, that's a immediate jersey cop. Immediate. And I don't have the best on rookie jerseys specifically. I don't have the best track record. I'm 0 for 1 right now because I have this guy's fucking jersey. And I pointed to this picture a lot. But this, if you guys don't know, that's fucking Tyree Wilson's signature back there. It's a photo. I have a photo with him too. I think I posted it on my Instagram. Actually, I don't think I did. But I went to a Tyree Wilson signing to get that photo. I go all the way around like that. Can I just do this? To get this photo, and at the time, the Raiders, it was at the Raider Image in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. And the Raiders store, like the Raider Image, didn't know whether or not he was going to be able to sign like jerseys or footballs and stuff like that. So people were buying stuff so he could sign. And we couldn't return it. Like all sales were final. And so I bought a Tyree Wilson jersey thinking that he was going to sign it. And so now I'm just stuck with the Tyree Wilson 1 signed photo and 2 jersey. So yeah. Bowers and Best show. I really hope so. I'm a really, really big fan of Jack Besh. I think that the combination of him and Brock Bowers are going to tear interior defenses apart. I think they're just going to be... Obviously, Brock Bowers is too quick and too big for, 1, for nickel corners, and 2, for linebackers. He's way too fast for them. And the same thing goes with Besh. If you pair him, Bowers at the inline tight end and Besh as like a big slot, I think that's going to absolutely kill interior defenses. And then on our outside, you can have someone take off the top like Deontay Thorin or Jacoby Myers, obviously extremely successful as well. So I think our offense is going to be extremely good. That's what I'm hoping. Theoretically, it should be rather good. You going to drink a Happy Dad beer too, Nick? Bro, one, Happy Dads are freaking bomb. So I do not mind drinking Happy Dads at all. Happy Dads are freaking fire. But this one is a Rush one. Oh, it's right here. It's a Rush. You know, the Rush podcast. I met Brogan and Darian from the Rush podcast. Those are Max Crosby's good friends. And they invited me over to one, get this hat, and then I had a Happy Dad with them, which was super fucking cool. It was super dope. This is like one of like maybe like 100 or something like that, and they gave me 2 of them, so that was super dope. They never posted the video because I was in a video saying like shouting out my channel and everything, and I thought I was gonna have my big breakout, like I'm gonna go viral, everyone's gonna find my channel and shit. They didn't even post the video. Oh well, whatever. But let's get to this Chargers one. It's so cringy, bro. Like yes, okay, like the one I actually thought was good and clever was the anime one of the Chargers. That was like 2 years ago, I think it was. And now they think that they're the best scheduled video releasers ever. And this year they got the Minecraft one, of course. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. It looks good. It looks like Minecraft, so I'll give them that at least. Yeah, they're playing in Brazil against the Chiefs. They have the fucking Chiefsaholic. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. The ghost of baseball party.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely, thank you.
Go get him, Mike! Hustle in there!
This is crazy right here. So if you know anything about hockey, right here, 8-time quarterfinal runner-up, 2015 and 2025. That was the last time that the Minnesota Wild has won a playoff game. Or a series, sorry. Playoff series. 2015 to 2025. That's a lot of shit talking for a team that doesn't even have a Super Bowl win in their name. I thought that was just wild.
My God! That's my God!
You see that? A QR code. Hold on. I'm gonna see what this QR code is. It says, hold on. It's a QR code and then it reads to this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says Charger fans, click here. Raider fans, click here. So I'm gonna click on the Raiders one. And then it gives me another QR code. So give me a second. It says technical difficulties. Try this one instead. Okay, let's try it again. Just one more time, we promise. That's what it says. Making me go through hella QR codes now. We lied. Scan again. Just scan, baby. Then it has that photo of the guy right before getting to the diamonds. He stops mining. He says, "Don't let this beat you." We're going to keep going. I have a feeling it's going to be forever. Almost there, it says. Scanners. Like the Raiders. Scanners. You're still here? Don't you have a job? That's crazy. This is going to take forever. Wow. All that. For that. Wow, you're so clever, Chargers. So clever. It was kind of funny, but... right. Well, that was the lame ass Chargers one. I don't know why I can't see anymore. Oh, right here. There you go. Social media champs. Yeah. I scream your name at the top of my lungs on my channel name, but I'm nothing special. That's all good. I appreciate that. Their house on Minecraft should have a ram. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Their house should say owned by the Rams, actually. We pay rent. They put us in a shack and say Allegiant Stadium looks like a Roomba. That's so stupid. The Giants one was pretty funny. With the ghosts of Saquon Barkley, that one was actually kind of funny. Daniel Jones, yeah, that's funny. My 10-year-old niece might like this. Maybe it's a QR code for a Super Bowl discount. God knows they can't afford one. Nate, Europe Jers says, hey, he's off work and passing out. What up, Europe Jers? Appreciate you, brother. Bro, that QR code was so stupid, bro. All of that just to have an L. Like, at least it'd be something clever. That was so stupid. It was a little funny, but not. It was nothing fucking crazy. Yeah, yeah. That was the Chargers one. I know everybody says they're always the fucking. They have the best social media team. Honestly, to me, well, the Raiders actually extremely stepped up their social media this year with that schedule release video alone. Last year's was so bad. It was so bad. Like, it was almost embarrassing how bad their schedule release video was last year. As Jeff would say, it was garbage. It was garbage. But yeah, last year's schedule release video for the Raiders was terrible. So I like this year's for sure. So congrats to the Raiders getting an actual, useful social media team. I'm surprised they haven't posted anything on Derek Carr yet, though. That's where I'm like, come on. Your all-time passing leader, you haven't said thank you for, anything for his retirement. That kind of sucks. But the actual social media team that I love to watch on TikTok specifically is the Bills. The Bills is actually hilarious. They had let's see, you know what? Let's watch the Bills. Fuck it. Why not? Because honestly, I liked it a lot.
At Spectrum, we know life moves fast. Keep up with the speed,
blah, blah,
reliability, and security of Spectrum Internet.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm popping up the I think that retiring DC as a Raider is just going to bring more drama. You think so? I think he deserves to be a Raider, though. That's the thing. He's the all-time passing leader. I don't know. I think it's just respectful to him. Yeah, let's pull up the Bills one, though, because I think it's super funny.
Easy. Just use AI.
Use AI.
AI.
Following video was made with AI.
AI. To use AI.
Use AI or the real AI?
You're the only AI I know, dude.
Okay, so we got the real
only
deal.
AI I know, dude.
Let's do it then.
I'm dead.
Here's the schedule. That was the 2025 Buffalo Bills schedule presented by The Answer, Allen Iverson.
One last thing. Can I get a Go Bills?
Go Josh Allen.
Yo, did you figure out how to use AI?
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, that one is hilarious. I really like that one.
What if you can create your...
No. Yeah, I really like the the Bills social media team. If you look at their TikToks, their TikToks are the best. That shit is fucking hilarious, bro. Already better than the Chargers one. Oh my god, dude, the Giants one was probably more cringe. They did our boy. That's the one that I wanted to put up to. It was the Giants. The Giants one. They did our boy Violator so crazy though in that one, didn't they? They did our boy Violator.
Okay, you guys ready?
So crazy in this one. Hold on.
Okay, you guys ready for this?
This is really nice. I'm built for this.
Look at that. That's our boy. That's supposed to be our boy Violator.
You guys ready for this?
This is really nice. I'm built for
They
this.
did. Look at that.
Let's get this thing started, y'all!
This
Like
is
my hair?
so cringy, bro.
I was due for a blowout.
This is so
Hi, I'm Destiny, but everyone calls me Dynasty.
My favorite animals are zebras. I love the stripes.
The champ is here. Name's J-E-O-Y, Joey. Go Birds! They're gonna love my body.
Joey?
Look at this push.
J-E-O-Y?
Camera guy, push in right here. I'm a pretty intense guy. Probably the most intense guy here.
Look at. Is that our boy right
I'm a
here?
pretty intense guy. Probably the most intense guy here.
That ain't Violator. That's Violated. I'm so dead. That's hilarious, bro.
I'm actually a pretty nice fellow. It's just that I tend to get a bit intense from time to time. No one understands me. 4 hours of makeup daily.
Big analytics guy, all about maximizing optionality. I like to wind down my days listening to Alpha Male Bro podcast while practicing extreme meditation.
I'm gonna be America's sweetheart. I can guarantee it. Yeah! I've never said this before, but this is gonna be my year.
I waited my entire life for that special one, but this time, feels different.
I've always been in long-lasting relationships, but now I truly have
Minnesota?
love. What can I say? I love love.
My hobbies include beardscaping, dehydrating food, rehydrating food, churning my own butter, generating my own electricity.
I like to keep my feet in the clouds and my head in the sand. Wait, I think I got that backwards. I guess I have to share my space, but that's okay.
No, it's literally the worst.
You think I'm wicked hot now. You should have seen me 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
That's my buddy Ben. Well, now Matt, group chat. Hey, Mark, say hi to your mother for me, okay? I gotta go. I'm doing a thing.
Hi, I'm Robert, Robbie, Bob, or Bobby. Hey, whatever you want to call me, it's okay. I'm generational, baby.
I've been down for so long, it's finally my time.
Is that supposed to be
It's my
him and
one
Dan?
shot, my one opportunity. I'm built tough.
Who that? Just threw a big party. I ain't sucked in months.
My name is Sven, and I will kill all my enemies with kindness.
Damn, I think I just saw
I
Item
live
5.
by an old family
That's
credo. Straight cash, homie.
Honestly,
Yeah, don't tell my mom I'm here. Okay?
All new Giant season this fall.
I don't know what's more cringe, that one or the Chargers one. That one is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. This one, comedy, bro. That was fucking hilarious, dude. Avocasi. Oh man, sounds like Jeff. Shout out to the Giants. That's crazy. Oh man, yeah, that's another one where I seen it and I was like, they did our boy Violator so bad. But I seen that when they posted it on their Instagram, that Violator was like, "Oh, respect," or I don't know what I don't remember what he said, but I remember that he commented on the Giants thing, and I thought that was pretty cool. That shit was hilarious. Afokasi was definitely the Aussie. I don't think there was an Aussie. Was there? I don't know. I could be tripping, but that, yeah. Like, let's go back. Let's go back. I want to see the Violator makeup again.
Guy here.
That shit is hilarious. That's pretty funny. At least it was funny. Like, the Chargers was not fucking funny. This is pretty funny.
I'm actually
and then the fact that he has like a English accent.
Nice fellow. It's just that I tend to get a bit intense from time to time. No one understands me. 4 hours of makeup daily.
That's pretty funny. Oh, the Raider dude. That's what you're saying. It was the Aussie. I don't think I've seen any other teams release videos though, if I'm being honest. Do you guys know any other good ones? That's honestly kind of it for me. I don't know. Let's see. We've only been on for like an hour, which is pretty good. Let's see. Anything else that I wanted to do? Schedule, okay. All right, so last thoughts on the schedule. We have the opportunity. The 49ers one was whack. I give the Dischargers the dub. It was the best, but they... What? But they all suck, in my opinion. Parts are funny in all of them, but overall. I feel you. Teams are clearly... Oh, sorry. Teams are clearly afraid of us getting big again. I like the thought of that. Like when... It's crazy because the only time that the Raiders that I've seen and like extremely recall was in 2016 when the Raiders were really good, and they actually got like media attention and people actually respected us. Was 2016. That's the only time that I actually like vividly remember the Raiders being like a top dog in the NFL. And man, they were everyone like, obviously I'm in LA, so there's a lot of Raider fans over here. But everyone was following and talking, and I was a senior in high school, so football season was interesting and following the Raiders was interesting. Obviously graduating high school, and so like all that whole time it was just like a great time to be alive. Everyone talks about Summer 16, of course, too. So that was dope as well. Like that whole everything was just so sick. So sick. But yeah, everyone is afraid of the Raiders getting big because they are going to control the league. Yeah, fuck them all, honestly. Afokasi's gonna block me, no doubt, when he sees this. Nah, I don't know. I don't think about that. I violently can't handle people talking shit about the Raiders. Bro, I completely agree. It fucking bothers me because like my friend is probably one of the biggest haters. Especially like for teams and people, like, okay, so like for him specifically, like he doesn't have like a specific team. He likes the Patriots, he likes the Saints, he likes the Chiefs, he likes like basically whoever's good. And that shit will piss me off to no end because he'll talk shit like the Raiders suck, blah blah blah, like alright, whatever. But he has nowhere to fucking talk because he doesn't even have a team. And he just jumps around to teams. Like, bro, you of all people are gonna talk. Like, come on. That, yeah, I totally understand and get like where you guys are coming from. Like, bro, that shit pisses me off too, bro. So I feel it. I think with the absence of Jeff, I think we're gonna go ahead and just kind of call it a little bit early today. Been on for about an hour and 15. Feel like that's kind of good. How are you friends with a guy like that? I've been friends with him since I was 6 years old, so it's kind of a forever friend now. He's one of my brothers, even if I like it or not, because even my brothers aren't even fucking Raider fans. Like one of my brothers are, but my other brother is he's an Eagles fan, so all year he was talking shit to us too. Hating on the Raiders is only a family thing. Only Raider fans can hate on the Raiders. Exactly, bro. Only we could talk shit to each other, bro. If you're not a Raider fan, fucking kick rocks. You can't talk shit, bro. Bandwagon fan who won the Super Bowl, that's my team. I'm dead. No, my brother has actually been an Eagles fan since he was little. Because I think 2011 was when he became a fan. He was probably like 5 or 6. And that was the year where Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson, LaShawn McCoy was supposed to be all good. And they were supposed to be like the best team in the league or whatever. And they ended up sucking dick. But yeah, that's when he started becoming an Eagles fan. So I'll give him the credit of, him actually being a real Eagles fan for as long as he's been alive, at least. But yeah, like I said, I think we're probably going to call it a little bit early with the absence of Jeff. Please, please, please keep Jeff in your prayers. Of course, he has some health issues that he has to take care of. That's why he's absent today. So please go ahead and make sure to like, subscribe. I put this video on his channel as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, go comment over there. Prayers up for him. I will be in Bakersfield this weekend for the Raiders summer kickoff. I know a lot of other content creators are going to be out there. I know 805, Leo, Jay's going to be there. I know a lot of other people are going to be there, so that's going to be extremely, extremly fun. I will be doing probably some lives while I'm out there at the kickoff. I'm definitely going to have a vlog coming out probably on Monday or Tuesday once I get everything, all edited and stuff like that. So please look out for that. Make sure to like, subscribe here. If you like this video, if you like this content, share it with your family, friends, other Raider fans. If they're not Raider fans, obviously you can share it with them too. Any support is, welcomed and thanked upon. You can find all of my socials right here at LVRaider10. As you can see right here. Right here. At LVRaider10 is, of course, my handle here. And then down there is my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok there. So go ahead and please make sure to like there as well. Comment there. Also, I'm trying to get some more content ideas. So make sure you guys leave a comment on what you guys are trying to look for. If you want to see more gaming stuff, obviously I do a lot of gaming stuff. Let me know what kind of games you guys see there. I just downloaded Madden 11. So I was testing it last night and it works really well. So I'm going to be doing a Madden 11, probably a franchise mode. Go through a season of what the 2011 Raiders football team looked like. Guys like Jason Campbell, Darius Heyward-Bay, Jacoby Ford, Rolando McClain, guys like that. I'm going to be doing that very, very soon. Probably next week when I get back from Bakersfield, I'll be starting that. I'll be starting that next week. So look out for that. That's Madden 2011. Be starting that next week. But yeah, appreciate everybody that hopped on here. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, go show Jeff some love. Give him some prayers. Appreciate you guys. Thank you again to everybody. And just win, baby.